Hi everyone, Chris Cass here with Performance Oil Company, www.performanceoilcompany.com, T1 certified Amsoil dealer, and the website is also an Amsoil authorized website. Today we're going to be talking about doing a synthetic oil change. Specifically, we will be talking about using Amsoil because I am an Amsoil dealer, but throughout the video, just try and remember, this is to point out the advantages of synthetic oil in any capacity or any brand as well. It's really a better way to go with your vehicle. Being that I am an Amsoil dealer, I'm going to point out a few things specifically to and about Amsoil. But again, this is for the better of your car or other vehicles, no matter what. So synthetic is better. We're going to tell you why, and we'll go from there. This video is going to have two parts. The first part here, we're just going to talk about the advantages of synthetic oil and Amsoil. And then in the second part, we're actually going to do the synthetic oil change on a 2007 Ford Explorer with the V8. So the second part of the video, for those of you that have a 2006 through a 2010 Explorer with the V8, you can watch, and this will be very specific to that vehicle. But that's the second part of the video. For now, let's talk about why we might want to use the synthetic oil and what the advantages are. Okay, synthetic oil, to start, one thing you should know is that manufacturers now are even sometimes shipping their cars with synthetic oil or a synthetic blend, and overall it's just becoming a much more accepted thing in the industry. You know, why would we not want to put the absolute best in our cars? Well, conventional oil is good enough. You're right, it has been good enough. But I think you'll see what the advantages of a synthetic, it's far outweigh it. There's so many more advantages. So let's talk about a few of those. A real big specific one that we like to focus on with the Amsoil is what's called extended drain intervals. Okay, for years and years we've been preached at change your oil every 3,000 miles. Now, well, that's just not necessary. It's wasteful, and really what it does is just makes the folks down at Valvoline or the Pennzoil Quickie Lube a lot more money. It's not just them either. Your local car dealerships, everybody. If the industry continues to preach a 3,000 mile oil change, they're just going to make that much more money, because it's that many more times in a year they get a chance to upsell you on other products, and it's that much more oil that they're selling you. So properly done with Amsoil, you can go as far as 25,000 miles or 1 year without changing your oil. You might hem and haw over that, but we'll cover the specifics of that later. Let's talk more about this extended drain. When we say the 25,000 mile oil change with Amsoil, that is when specifically using what's called their Signature Series, which is their top tier oil product. And they make it in all sorts of weights and viscosities. But keep in mind, in order to get the full benefit of that, you also have to use one of Amsoil's EA absolute efficiency oil filters. So that allows you to fully capitalize on the benefits. Now, when we talk about this 25,000 mile change interval, that is under normal driving conditions. So that's you driving to work every day and back, and going on your vacations and things like that. If you plow every day or haul a trailer every day, 300 miles, obviously that is not normal driving conditions. So keep that in mind. So you see another product sitting here right now. This is engine and transmission flush. This we'll get to in a little bit. This is more, we'll cover this kind of in the process of how we do the oil change, and this will bring up a few myths too that we'll try and dispel. So what else can we tell you about why a synthetic is a good way to go? Well, for starters, we just talked about the extended drain interval, so that's going to tie right into saving you money. Okay, if you only have to change your oil once a year, obviously you're going to save money. It will cost you more one time to get the products necessary to change to Amsoil synthetic. But you save money because you're not going to the dealership or the quick lube 4 to 5 times a year to get your oil changed every 3,000 or 4,000 miles. So you save because you use less product, which also is excellent for the environment. That's a big advantage of using Amsoil. You know, if everybody used Amsoil and only changed your oil once a year, we'd go through a lot less oil. So big advantage there, especially if you're, you know, environmentally conscious. This is an active effort to reduce waste by using less oil. So that's one big advantage. Another, probably the biggest reason, take cost and the environment out of it, is performance. You get much better performance and longevity out of your vehicle by using a synthetic oil over a conventional oil. Okay, synthetic oils have a lot of advantages in that they're manufactured, so they can be designed. You know, scientists and chemists can design an oil specifically for your vehicle or to give it certain properties. It's something with a conventional oil that's really not possible. So because we can design the oil, we can make one that is better fit for your specific application. So in terms of performance, we're going to get increased gas mileage. You're going to notice smoother acceleration. Your engine's going to run cooler. And these all add up to an engine that lasts longer. So you'll have lower maintenance costs. And you can keep your car longer. This all adds up to huge monetary savings. Well beyond that of just the savings from not changing your oil X amount of times per year. So, you know, the many advantages right there in the performance. Let's cover a few of them individually. Gas mileage. Are you going to switch to a synthetic and get 3, 4, 5, 6 miles more per gallon? No, nothing like that. You know, I don't know what it would take. If we all could get 6 miles extra per gallon in our cars, we certainly would do it in a heartbeat. But the gas mileage that you will gain certainly will save you money over the course of 6 months or a year. Maybe it'll give you an 1/8 of a mile better per gallon or half a mile. Really depends on how you drive, but your engine's won't have to work as hard when it's running a synthetic oil. So big advantage there. So we have all these, we have the cost savings, environmental savings, performance gains. You know, there's a lot of good reasons why you might want to consider a synthetic oil. And obviously a big pointer for the Amsoil is these long drain intervals we talk about. Which will bring us to our next topic, dispelling some of the myths of a synthetic oil change. So a lot of people say a 25,000 mile drain interval, that's crazy. And I just bought a brand new truck, that's going to void my warranty. No way I'd ever do that. Okay. Well, for starters, it's not going to void your warranty. There's a couple things going on in that respect. You can read all about this on Amsoil's website. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Okay. A manufacturer cannot tell you what oil to use in your vehicle. It's against the law. It's called the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, I believe, of 1974. Don't quote me on the air. Bottom line, a manufacturer cannot tell you, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, you must use Ford oil in that brand new F-150 of yours. Okay, so they can't tell you that. And B, in order to not honor your warranty, they would have to prove to you that the oil was the exact reason of the failure of your vehicle. Let's say that did happen. If that did happen, Amsoil has a warranty to cover that. So there's really, your warranty is not going to be voided. A, it's illegal. The company, you can't do it. And B, if for some reason something were to happen, Amsoil has a warranties their product that it will not cause failure of your engine. So there's so many things going on there that's one of the biggest myths out there. And if that was a big problem, I would have a real hard time selling this stuff because I have hundreds of customers and they'd be very mad at me if I was ruining their brand new vehicles or if Amsoil was ruining their brand new vehicles. So, keep that in mind. Go to Amsoil's website, they have a new kind of marketing initiative called Warranty Secure that will explain all of this very good as to, why that is just a myth. There's nothing behind it. Really don't let that get in your way. You have performance gains, monetary gains, too much to give up to let something like that get in your way. So let's talk about another thing. You'll see this other product here, this engine and transmission flush. This is going to be part of our demonstration of video 2. We generally recommend that if you're switching to Amsoil for the first time, you want to use this product. You pour it right into the oil reservoir and let the truck run for about 10 to 15 minutes, or car. Cleans your engine out, gets rid of deposits, gunk, all that kind of stuff. Kind of sets the stage for the synthetic oil. Well, you'll hear some people say, oh, you can't put synthetic oil in a car with high mileage because there's gunk and goodness in the engine there that's kind of acting as artificial, or kind of acting as gaskets type of thing. Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you the honest truth about this. I hear about it all the time. I read about it on forums, but I've yet to have a customer or find a real world example of someone who has done this, changed to Amsoil in their higher mileage car, and then all of a sudden their car leaks like a sieve. I don't see it. Before the vehicle that we're going to show you the change on today, I had a 1999 Ford Explorer that I bought with 25,000 miles, and I drove it until it had 201,000 miles on it. I switched it to Amsoil at about 160,000. High mileage vehicle. I used the heck out of it. Towed with it through snow, sand, all sorts of stuff. My truck only improved when I put Amsoil in it, and certainly didn't leak like a sieve. So again, there's a lot of rumors out there, a lot of myths. I just ask you, the next time you're on a forum and I put Amsoil in my truck, it'll leak like a sieve, go to that guy's house. Have a discussion with him. There's a lot of rumors out there. If every high mileage car that people put Amsoil in started to leak like a sieve or have big problems, well, Amsoil would have big problems. You gotta remember that kind of stuff when investigating products. If I'm a Ford guy, okay, but you know what? Chevrolets are beautiful trucks. You get these guys that, a Chevy's junk, a Ford's junk. I'm sorry, folks. If they were junk, they wouldn't be on the market. The free market will dictate what's junk or not. I think a Yugo. Well, why is that the butt of all jokes? Well, because it was junk. Is it still for sale? No. Okay? So remember that kind of stuff when we're trying to logically go through all these rumors and stuff. So I think that gives us a good base of information on why we might want to choose a synthetic. Again, my website's www.performanceoilcompany.com. You could be watching this there right now, or you might be on YouTube. Next part of the video, we'll actually do the oil change, which you'll see the first step of that process. We're going to run the engine and transmission flush, clean everything out. And then we'll just do a normal oil change, which a lot of you are going to be do-it-yourselfers anyway, so you probably know, but we'll at least give you a visual on some of the things and go from there. So that will conclude part 1 of the video. If you have any questions specifically about synthetic oil, please use the contact form on the website, send me an email. This is what I do. I'm an online Amsoil dealer. I deal with people from all over the United States. As soon as Amsoil is able to ship to people overseas, I'll be dealing with people from all over the world. So call me. My number's on the website. Email me any questions. We can talk about Amsoil all day. I don't have the answer for everything, but I can point you in the direction of people who do. I can tell you the experience I've had with the oil and my customers. And we can go from there and you can make an informed decision. Okay, part 2's coming up.